Have you ever had this strange thought late at night? What if one day no one remembers me? Not in a dramatic movie way, just quietly, like your name stops being said, your messages stop being replied to, your existence slowly fades into the background, and suddenly your brain goes, okay, wow, that got dark. If that thought has ever crossed your mind, welcome. You're very human. Because the fear of being forgotten is one of the oldest fears we carry, even if we rarely talk about it. Let's start with something honest. This fear isn't about ego. It's not about wanting fame or attention. It's about meaning. Deep down, most of us just want to know that we mattered to someone, that our presence made a small dent in the world, that if we disappeared tomorrow, someone would notice. That's it. Think about how this shows up in daily life. You post something online, then casually check who liked it, then who didn't. You tell a story and watch people's faces to see if they're listening. You send a message and reread it, hoping it doesn't sound forgettable. We laugh it off, but our brain is quietly asking one question: do I matter? Now, here's where it gets interesting. Your brain didn't invent this fear randomly. Thousands of years ago, being forgotten meant being abandoned, and being abandoned meant danger. Humans survived in groups. If the group forgot you, you didn't last long. So your brain learned to treat invisibility as a threat. Fast forward to today. No one is actually kicking you out of the tribe, but your brain still reacts the same way. Someone doesn't reply. Brain: uh-oh, you're not invited. Brain: we're disappearing. Your mind turns silence into a story, and it's usually not a kind one. Let's add a little humor here. Your brain can convince you that you're irrelevant after one unread message, but completely ignores the fact that you've forgotten where you kept your charger for the 5th time today. Selective memory at its finest. Now, social media makes this fear louder. We scroll and see people being celebrated, achievements, birthdays, milestones, and suddenly it feels like everyone is being remembered, except you. But here's the truth. No one posts online. Most people are also afraid of being forgotten. They're just hiding it behind filters, captions, and living my best life posts. The fear doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It means you care. But the problem starts when you try to prove your worth. You start saying yes when you want to say no. You start shrinking parts of yourself to fit in. You start performing instead of being real. All because your brain thinks, if I'm useful, interesting, or pleasing, they won't forget me. That's exhausting. And here's something important. Being remembered by everyone is impossible. Even famous people fade with time. But being meaningful to a few, that lasts. Most of the people who changed your life didn't do it by being loud or impressive. They did it by showing up, by listening, by making you feel seen. And that's the part your brain forgets. You don't need to be unforgettable to the world. You just need to be present in real moments. Another truth: sometimes the fear of being forgotten is actually the fear of forgetting yourself. When life feels repetitive, when days blur together, when you're just surviving instead of living, your mind starts asking, is this all I am? That's not a cry for attention. That's a cry for meaning. So what do you do with this fear? You don't fight it. You listen to it. Ask yourself, what kind of moments do I want to be remembered for? Not by millions, by someone. Kindness, honesty, being there when it mattered. Those things don't go viral, but they don't disappear either. And here's the calm truth at the end of all this. You are already remembered more than you think. In small ways, quiet ways. In someone's laugh that you caused. In advice you gave without realizing it mattered. In comfort you offered on an ordinary day. You don't need to chase significance. You're already part of someone's story. And maybe that's enough. So the next time your mind whispers, "What if I'm forgotten?" you can gently answer back, "I was here, I cared, and that mattered."